Hello everyone, we are another nerdy couple, and in today's video, you saw the title, you know what we're talking about, The Mandalorian, and you know what, I'm just gonna say it, I'm just gonna come out and say it, alright? I'm gonna skip forward a little bit, I'm gonna say it, I think that this is probably, I don't know for sure, we just finished watching it, one of my favorite episodes in TV.
In TV?
That's just the end of the sentence right there.
TV?
In TV.
As a whole?
As a whole.
Yeah, it was good.
It was really good.
It was really good. So I don't remember. I don't have my book with me, obviously.
Yeah.
So I don't remember like how high I rated some of the other ones.
Right.
But right now I'm feeling like 7 or 8 because like I liked it, but there were like some slow moments, and I don't know. I expected more, and I expected more. I want the best, and there were just like at the beginning there was a little bit of like. You know,
right.
Like there wasn't as much like fighting and action and like.
What do you mean? The first scene, Ahsoka is just straight ninja navigating through the forest against these people.
I like the like 1-on-10s. I just 1-on-1s just don't do it for me, especially when it's like kind of lame. Like at the end when we see Ahsoka fighting 1-on-1, I'm just like.
Dude, I was hyped about that one. I don't know what you're talking about.
Her and Mando was like hype, and that was good.
Right.
But like this was just like.
I liked it. 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Maybe 8. Maybe 8.
All right. Okay, fine. We'll
What's
run
yours?
it through.
What's yours?
Oh, I said it's my favorite episode in TV,
10?
so it's a 10.
Maybe 10.
Maybe. I don't know. Hard to say, really.
Yeah.
But anyway, so let's get into it. All right, let's get into it. It starts off, with Ahsoka just freaking ninja blasting her way through the forest for the opening scene, which again, 10 out of 10 opening scene. I'm telling you, I liked it.
Yeah.
Oh, and I should talk about from the last video, I talked about like what I thought this episode would be.
Oh yeah.
And my expectation was that we would just see Ahsoka at the end of the episode, kind of like how in the previous episode, we just saw Moff Gideon being like, the tracker, Yeah. But they started us off.
That Ahsoka. I did like that we had Ahsoka throughout the whole episode, especially because like last episode you're already expecting to see her and then you don't yet.
Yeah.
So we got a whole episode of Ahsoka, which was nice.
So like while the last episode, way below my expectations, this one exceeded them because like I got Ahsoka the whole time,
Which is
and
cool.
we learned a little info about the child, which we'll get into. But anyway, so it starts off, she does a ninja thing, right? Opening scene, great stuff. She's terrifying.
Good stuff.
And then Mando finally comes down, and in the beginning, the child for now is trying to get the little ball.
I love it because I was thinking
shifter.
about that.
Yeah.
Because in like some of the other ones that we've seen, they're talking about like how they're gonna make a lightsaber and blah blah blah.
Right.
So like revisiting the little ball was really exciting to me because I was like, ooh,
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Right. So he does that, and then Mando's like, "Stop it, bro! I told you, no more. You gotta get in your seat. We're about to land, right?" So they land, and then Mando flies over this like encampment. He doesn't get it off.
Yes.
Right, but he's trying to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So now they're flying over this encampment as they're trying to land, and then the toot, 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 they just see him land. And then Mando comes up and he's like, "Yo, like, what's up? I'm here, just just on a mission, just doing my thing. Just let me camp out for a little bit, just a little bit. Ain't gonna hurt nobody." And then they're like, "Oh, we need to show you to the magistrate real quick. She could use you, right?
Yeah.
Because the magistrate knows that Mandalorians and Jedis not friends, and she got a Jedi problem.
She's got a Jedi problem.
What do you
do?
He's a
Mandalorian.
Two and two
seems
together.
Simple.
So she shows him the Beskar steel spear. Now, when she showed us, when we first saw it, I was like, a spear in Star Wars?
A spear.
I don't care. You're talking about lightsabers or spears? I'm going to take a lightsaber.
100%.
But then, when he katinged it against his steel, I was like,
That's
boy.
That's Beskar,
right?
baby!
So I was like, how is Mando going to not agree, not give his word to anything that she says? Because obviously she wants him to kill the Jedi, but he's here looking for her help.
Yeah.
Right? And I think he navigated it pretty well. He was always just like, my price is very high, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then just basically like, all right, where's the Jedi?
Where is she? Yeah.
Stuff like that. Not being like, I will do it.
So with the spear, another one that just kind of let me down a little bit because I was really expecting like a
flaming spear.
No, like a Wakanda spear,
okay.
that, like it shoots stuff out,
right,
or like it was more than just
a spear.
A spear.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's cool that it's Beskar, like that's awesome.
Yeah.
But it's still just a spear.
Yeah. So then, whatever, Mando's like, all right, I'll be on my way, right? I'm gonna go find your Jedi problem, right? So he goes out in the woods and he finds her, or she finds him, really.
Yeah, she finds him.
And she ambushes him, and she tries to smack him with the lightsabers, and he blocked it.
Yeah, that was cool.
It with his freaking arms, with his Beskar steel armor.
He blocked it, and then he like flamethrowered her, and she was like, "Whoa!"
Dude, that it was like a small 20-second encounter of them fighting, but it was sick.
Yeah, it was good.
It was nice. I loved it. And then
I like the he wrapped her up, and then he jumped.
Yeah.
She just jumped, and then
And then now he was stuck
hanging,
in a tree.
and he was like he cut it fast. He was like, "Oh no!"
Right. And then they're both like ready to attack, and he's like, Ahsoka, Bo-Katan sent me, right? Like, don't kill me, please.
Yeah.
And then she sees the child, and she's like, boy, we better be talking about this thing right here because I got questions.
Yeah. Yeah. He was like, oh, Bo-Katan sent me. We need to talk, and she goes, I hope it's about him.
All right. So then, boom. Next scene, it's in the night. Ahsoka and the child are sitting in a across from each other with some lamp light, and they're just kind of
doing like this.
They're just kind of looking. Yeah, I know. I love the child's little just hand motions, and because he's so little, he could just only do this, right? And then Ahsoka's just like smiling and being like, "Oh, really?" I'm like, "Oh, dude, they're just force talking right now, bro." I was like, "That's so cool." Right, and just Mando's just walking around like, "Yeah, what is going on?" Like they're just looking at each other. I mean, that's kind of what I do with him too, but
I don't get anything from it. So he like comes up and he's like, "Are you guys talking?" Like what?
Like what's up? And then she drops it on us.
We learned something important.
His name
is Grogu.
Grogu.
Isn't that the cutest name?
It's
Grogu.
It's cute.
Little Grogu.
It's little Grogu. And
I love it. So like she says it or whatever, and then he goes, "Oh, that's his name." And then Mando like looks at the child and he's like, "Grogu," and he goes,
"Yeah," just immediately.
Yeah.
Hi, no.
I'm Grogu.
Yeah. I was like, "Oh my god, that's so cute," right? And then, she tells us a little bit about Grogu's backstory, that he was in the Jedi temple in Coruscant being trained, which is, where everything was in the prequels, Obi-Wan, Anakin, all those people. That's, that's where it all was located. So, and yeah, you watched the prequels. That's also where, famously, our boy Anakin, Darth Vader, slaughtered the younglings. It could have been Grogu. But he was hidden away because he's so small.
He's just big.
Right. And I like how they kind of explain that Grogu is very decisive with his use of the Force. That he's chosen, even though he's small and a baby, but he's chosen to conceal his powers so as to not be tracked by the Empire, because he knows that he's in danger.
Yeah.
So he's
like hiding it.
Right. So
which is good.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that like we just kind of see him as a baby and like has no intelligence, no self-preservation.
Yeah, and like the fact that they said like he was trained by a bunch of different people and like he really does know what he's doing.
Right, he's 50. He's 50.
50.
Right. So then Mando's like, listen, my job was to take him to you. You're a Jedi. You need to do something about this because I can't. And she was like, okay, like tomorrow we'll do some tests, right?
We'll test him.
So she gets the rock, and she shows him. She like boom, she pushes it to him. He grabs it. She's like, now push it back, and he just drops it. I was like, oh, Grogu,
Grogu, come
you're
on.
embarrassing me.
Yeah, and then like she tries again, he still won't do it,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like, okay, you do it, like talking to Mandalorian,
Mando.
to Mando, and like so he comes over and he's like, okay, get the
Yeah,
rock,
take the rock, kid.
yeah, take the rock, kid, and she's like, Grogu, and then he goes, take the rock, Grogu,
Right.
and then he won't do
Yeah,
it.
he still doesn't want to.
He still doesn't want to, and Mando's like, no, he can do this, I promise, he can do it. And he's like, you know, one of those dads is like, oh, my kid is smart,
Yeah,
he can
right?
do the
He can
things,
do
I
it.
promise.
Come on.
He does this at home all the time.
You should have seen the rhino.
Right? And so then he remembers, I have the little ball with me. So he like takes the little ball and he's like, Grogu, I know you want it. Take the ball.
Take the ball.
And then Grogu's like, yeah, I can take it, you know?
I could do it.
And he goes,
And just... Dude, it was sick. It
and he
was
was
sick.
like, see, he can do it.
And she's like...
She's like, he can do it, but I can't train him. And
Yeah.
he's like, you just saw what he can do.
Yeah, what? Right, but then she hits him with the, I've seen what anger can do, right? Talking about Anakin, the Jedi Knight, you know, taking out almost all the Jedi and stuff like that.
And he's talking about, she kept saying something like, oh, I can sense fear in him, and like,
Right.
and because of the connection to Mando, it's
right?
like,
He's too emotional.
Too
He's too
emotional,
emotional,
exactly.
Right? And that could lead him down a dark path. Right? But I'm like, hey, listen, man. While I'm Team Jedi, you know, Jedi are cool, whatever. I wouldn't mind seeing, you know, us taking care of a little Sith baby.
No, we can't have a little Sith.
I know, they won't do that. But I mean, if he turns out evil, I'm not gonna be mad.
No, I think he's. The thing is that I don't know, because I don't see him getting like trained by a Jedi.
Right, but like, okay, I just thought of this right now. It's on the fly, so it might be terrible. But just consider this, right?
Considering
the end of Mandalorian, right? Mando gets killed by maybe a Jedi, right? I'm talking like, you know, end of the series. And then Disney Plus is like, you thought we were done with Star Wars? Next show, Grogu.
Talking the Sith Lord.
Imagine a show about a Sith Lord. Imagine.
It'd be sick.
It would be sick.
It'd be sick.
I mean, technically, I guess Star Wars is about a Sith Lord, but it doesn't matter.
It'd be sick.
It'd be cool, right? And a little Grogu type of dude as a Sith.
Yeah, that'd be cute.
It'd be cute.
It'd be cute.
Yeah.
Grogu's adorable.
Yeah.
But like, so here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
Grogu. Okay, so she tells him that he has to take him somewhere, whatever, and that he has to choose to be a Jedi.
Okay, this is at the end of the episode.
Yeah. We're jumping a little bit. He has to choose to be a Jedi.
Right.
And I'm like...
Yeah, she didn't talk about the alternative.
Yeah, well, true. But, like, I don't see him choosing it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so it was kind of like he chooses it or he loses his force because he doesn't use it anymore. Right. You know, you use it or you lose it. Mm-hmm. But I can kind of see him, like, still, like, using it and using what he's learned, but not going, like, full Jedi.
Yeah.
Because his connection with Mando, and I would hate to, like, break that connection, you know? And, like, when he was saying goodbye,
oh my God,
I was like, no, we need Grogu.
We just learned his name.
I know. How you gonna teach me someone's name and then just be like, peace out, no more Grogu?
Yeah, but, you know, where there are Jedi temples, there's also the strong connections to the dark side, too, because of the balance of the Force and whatnot. You know, you got the light side over here and then the dark side over there. So he could reach out. He could reach out to the wrong side. Or, you know what? It could be his right side. I ain't judging.
Alright, so...
Right. So then she's like, Mando's like, listen, man, what if... I know you got a problem with these magistrate people, whatever. What if I help you? Then will you train them? And she was, you know, she was like... We don't see her say anything.
I felt like she said yes.
I think that we don't see her say anything, but the next scene is them, you know, walking to the thing. So I'm like, you assume she said yes. So then they go, and then Mando's like, a Jedi and a Mandalorian? They'd never see it coming, you know? I was like, all right, let's go. Yeah. You know? So Ahsoka, she was the main. She just walks into the entrance like, I'm here, I'm ready. and she throws Mando's insignia thing, his shoulder plate. And she's like, boy, you tried, huh? You thought this guy could stop me with a little blaster, maybe a little flamethrower? Lightsabers.
Correct. And so then she goes out and like they all fight her.
Right.
And then the magistrate goes in and then she leaves two guys and she goes, kill these prisoners and then kill everybody else.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And so most of the guards are chasing Ahsoka. Those two guards are about to kill the prisoner, and that's when Mando comes in. And he goes, pew, 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 you know?
Right.
And we free the prisoners, and then more come after him, and then you have, like, the main guy.
The main, like,
bad
military dude.
Yeah. So then they're in a stance, and then Ahsoka kills everybody else, and then gets into where the magistrate is.
But before we get to the magistrate fight,
okay,
I just want to talk about how I was terrified. Like, I had that feel of terror watching Ahsoka do her thing, which was really cool to me because she is a Jedi, you know? And the closest thing I can relate it to is in Rogue One. You didn't see it at the end when Darth Vader is finally in and he's like, you know, coming in through the ship trying to blast them through all these rebels, and they're like running away from him, and they're scared of him because like he's just so overpowering. And like, it's not the same way because she was a little bit more stealthy and more, but still fear-inducing, you know? Like, she winds up behind somebody and just turns on her lightsabers, and they're just like...
They're done.
Like, I got nothing. You know?
Yeah, no, she killed it. Like I said, I like her against a group of people. And, like, running around and doing the stealth things and jumping on the roof and slicing and all that craziness. Yeah. Like, I think she does a good job of that.
Right. So, you know, she does all that, and then... One scene, like one shot that I just liked was that Mando had a kind of standoff with this military dude, and then, you know, Mando's like facing him, and then over his shoulder is Ahsoka just looking at him, and like that shot right there was just like menacing. Yeah. I was like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, so that was when she goes into the magistrate. So she gets up on the top of the wall, and like the military dude is like coming to stop them. Right. And so Mando's just standing there like, you're gonna fight me? Yeah. And she's like, I'm here too. Yeah. And then she just plops on in.
And pretty much my only nitpick out of the entire episode was just the cut between. So this military dude was talking to Mando, and he was like, "You're working with a Jedi," and Mando just says, "Looks like it." And then it was just like an abrupt cut to Ahsoka with the magistrate, and I was like.
Yeah, it was a very weird like
I was kind of hoping that they would like hold the tension a little bit more between Mando and this guy, but
they could have held that tension and then flipped to like Ahsoka and the magistrate's tension, you know? Right. But it was weird.
Yeah, it was weird, but I mean, like I said, small nitpick. It's still a 10 out of 10 for me. Yeah. So now Ahsoka's with the magistrate, right? And Ahsoka lets her robe go or whatever.
She drops the robe. Yeah. Magistrate drops the robe, and they're like,
boom. Ahsoka's got the lightsabers. Magistrate's got the Beskar spear. I'm like, I know the Beskar can stop the lightsaber. Yeah. So this is gonna be a fight. Yeah. Right. It's gonna be a fight, and they're fighting. Whatever. It's getting intense. They're going for it, and the magistrate knocks one of Ahsoka's lightsabers out into the water, and I was like, oh. You've just unlocked Ahsoka's full power. Now she's mad. Yeah. now she's tapping into a little bit of the dark side. She's angry. A little bit. Right. So then, you know, she starts like fighting even harder. And meanwhile, Mando and this guy are having a conversation about like, well, you know, either my side's gonna win or your side's gonna win. And the whole time, the military man is like staring at Mando's hand, which is hovering right over his blaster. And, you know, so they're doing that, but, you know, not much is happening. And this guy just starts, like, inching closer to Mando, and Mando's like, chill, bro.
And, like, he keeps talking. He's like, oh, yeah, like, some things are worth dying for. This isn't it, you know? Yeah. And he's, like, trying to be like, it's fine. You know, you win, I win, who cares?
Exactly. And then, you know, Ahsoka pries the spear loose from the magistrate and then got the lightsaber right up at her neck, right? And the sick dual-wielding white lightsabers. Like, that was just cool. But anyway, so she got it right up at her neck. And then you hear the spear fall, and then the dude's like,
Guess I lost, you know? And so then, he like puts down his gun and is acting all like, I'm fine.
Yeah. And then Mando hits him with the Omega fake out. He just like puts his hand like this a little bit. And then he forces the military man to make the move to his secondary blaster. And Mando's too fast. He's too fast. He
goes, pew!
And let me just say, Mando is head to toe, minus one shoulder, covered in Beskar steel.
Yeah,
like what's your blaster gonna do? It's gonna pew pew right off. Unless you hit him in the shoulder, then he's gonna feel a little bit of pain, but he's not gonna die.
Yeah.
Then he's just gonna shoot you more angrily.
Exactly. But so Mando shoots him, done, dead. The guy comes, like one of the village people comes out and it's like, oh yeah. And then there's a robot still left. Mm-hmm. And then he goes, on top of you. And then he goes, pow. And then that's done.
Yeah.
And then we are with the Ahsoka and Magistrate.
Right.
Flips back there and she goes, who's your master?
Right.
And who is she looking for again?
She's looking for someone named Thrawn.
Thrawn.
I don't know this person. I don't know if he's from, like, the Clone Wars, maybe, because that's what Ahsoka is from. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he's from something like that, or if he's just a new character, or if he's somebody that I should know and I look dumb right now. Yeah. But I didn't watch any of the animated shows either, so this is my first time actually seeing Ahsoka, but I know about her just because of the popularity of the show. But she's like, where is this dude? So I don't know if we're going to see him or not. I mean, I assume that we will, but it's also a little strange because, like, I would assume that this person is not a major villain because obviously Moff Gideon is the big bad.
Yeah, he's the big bad.
Right? So it's like, it's kind of weird to introduce this new name on the 5th episode of an 8 episode season.
It probably is someone from like the Clone Wars or something. Like,
I don't know.
Definitely something we need to look into.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But she's like, all right, where's your dude at? And then they kind of just like
leave it at that.
And then now Mando goes back to his ship and Grogu is just sleeping in his little hammock. Yeah. Right? And then he's like, all right, come on, buddy, you gotta wake up,
It's time to say goodbye.
And then he's just sitting there in his ship holding Grogu. He's like, he doesn't want to let him go. He doesn't want to.
Yeah.
It kind of broke my heart a little bit.
Yeah, it was sad. And then Ahsoka walks up and she's like, oh, you're like a father to him. Mm-hmm. I'm like, yeah.
He is.
But yeah, then she goes again, I'm not going to train him.
Right.
And we're like, excuse me, what?
Like, come on.
We just did the thing for you.
Yeah. And that's what Mando said. He's like, listen, I held up my part of the deal. What are you doing?
Yeah, this is not the way.
This is not the way. This is why we don't like each other.
Exactly. But she says, take him to the temple.
Right.
And we'll figure it out from there. Like, put him at the stone for seeing, and he'll feel it, and he'll decide what he wants.
Yeah.
And so we'll see. And, like, maybe he will choose to be a Jedi, and he'll call out, and Ahsoka will come, and then we get more Ahsoka. Because I was also a little disappointed, because I felt like, I thought Ahsoka was going to, like, join the team. And I know Mando's not a team.
Right.
But, like, Mando didn't even tell her any of the other problems that we're going through,
Yeah.
And so Ahsoka... We always think, like, oh, Ahsoka with the white sabers is going to come fight Moff Gideon with the black saber. And so, like, that fight is coming.
Right.
But Ahsoka doesn't know anything about that right now.
Right. But they have the tracker on his ship.
That's true.
And, Ahsoka told Mando, all right, go to this planet, to the Jedi Temple, right? Mm-hmm. So Mando's about to leave, which makes me believe that Moff Gideon is about to come in, right? And now he's going to do some questioning, some investigating, right? And this magistrate lady, who was buddy with the Empire, is now alive but in prison, possibly dead.
Maybe dead.
Right, but
I would have killed her. I don't know Ahsoka. I don't know her Jedi rules, but I would have killed her.
But the encampment is no longer run by these people, right? Ahsoka is like taking control.
Yeah, well, actually, the villager that was helpful is the one that's in charge now. Like they gave him the robe and the shiny, and we're all like, exactly, this dude.
So Moff Gideon is gonna come in and see that these people are not under our boot right now, and we need to put them back. And why did this happen? What happened? And obviously he knows Mando did it, but what he doesn't know yet probably is that he had help, or that Mando was the help technically. And I wonder if this is gonna lead to a Moff Gideon and Ahsoka battle sans Mando.
Oh,
you know,
maybe.
like, are we gonna have like a B plot of just Ahsoka?
Maybe. I found that weird though in a show called The Mandalorian that you'd have a whole storyline kind of on the side.
Well, because this is not Ahsoka's story. This is Moff Gideon's.
That's true.
Thing. Like, it's like very semantic and just like how you frame it.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's about Ahsoka and like, okay, what are her adventures going to be on this planet? It's about Moff Gideon still trying to catch up to Mando and just running into Ahsoka, who happens to be there.
Yeah, I can see that.
Right.
Final thoughts?
Final thought, dude. Listen, man. One of my favorite episodes in TV.
Yeah, it was good, and like Ahsoka definitely lived up to her hype because, like you said, you've never seen her. I've obviously never seen her either. Yeah. So I think she was really good, and so I liked her. So that was good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm still sitting, 7.5, 8.
What more do you want?
It was good, but like
you just wanted Moff Gideon in there somewhere.
I don't know. Like I just felt like I don't know where Ahsoka comes back in.
Right.
And like I want to know that. And then also I did not like her fight with the magistrate.
Yeah.
Like it was good, but it was a lot of like, oh, I'm standing over here, you're standing over there. Let me swing one time and you block.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try that again. Oh, you blocked again.
That was kind of funny in the beginning.
Like,
but they were just kind of like, warming up. They were warming up. But to your point, the show was called The Mandalorian. It's not called The Jedi again.
Yeah. No, for sure. But like, that she's supposed to come back in. So like, I wanted some, like it seemed like a closed off story.
Yeah, it does.
And it's like, well, but I want more Ahsoka. So it seems like, oh, you're not getting any more Ahsoka. But it's like, I know I am. Yeah. But how?
Exactly. And, I kind of like not knowing how and feeling like it's wrapped up. So that means that if she's going to come back in, there's going to be some shakeups.
Yeah.
Like something, it has to happen. Right? But anyway, great episode. Great episode. Awesome. No, you don't get to say great.
Very good episode.
Very good. Yeah.
All right.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, so let us know what you think down below in the comments, and make sure to like this video if you liked it, and subscribe so you see our next Mandalorian review and all our gaming videos in between.
Yes.
All right. See you next time. Thanks for watching.